And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 53, we discuss Canada, oh friendly Canada, their new smoking rules. A newspaper in Australia upset that they weren't allowed to out someone. We're also talking about dinosaur movies and so much more. I'm Mike Fish and I am joined as always by the main man in San Fran, Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
That's good, y'all. That's good, Mike Fish. How are you doing?
I'm humid right now.
Okay.
We're getting some nice warm temperatures, but it's also getting humid here in New Jersey. But just because of my English stubbornness, I see it as a challenge. So I'm not putting on the AC. You can't beat me, nature. So I'm kind of just sitting here suffering and sweating, and then I'm going outside, and then getting, because where I live it backs onto like a forest, which is quite nice because it's nature. You get to see lots of nature. You get to see deers just walking around, chilling out. But at the same time, you do get a lot of mosquitoes. So I just tend up to be like, I want to sit outside and drink a beer, but also when I go outside, I get devoured by mosquitoes. So it's wings of
no citronella candles, no.
Oh, they don't fucking work. I was just outside before we hit record. I was huddled around a citronella candle, like those stereotypical, the homeless people in movies where they're all like huddled around like the fire, singing songs to each other. I was doing that with the citronella candle and didn't work. I still got bit, but whatever.
Well, maybe you should try the bug spray then. That's usually pretty good. It smells bad, I know, but
I won't mention who said this, but I was doing we had people over and I was doing this bug spray, and I was like, I don't want to do the bug spray because then I've got to shower before I go to bed. It's like, why aren't you showering before you go to bed anyway, you dirty bastard? But that's a story.
I'm usually a morning shower guy myself, but that's just me.
Oh no, I see. Now it's a different story, I guess. But when I was like commuting to work in the morning, I'm not a morning person, so I'd much prefer shower before I go to bed and then just wake up, get dressed, and fuck off. And I can't be dealing with that.
Yeah, that's a thing people do too.
Also, before we get into the show, I do have to apologize just in case you do get some background noise. Because it is warm, I have the window open. But my neighbors, one of my neighbors, they're having an outside gathering. And I'm sure the things they're talking about are funny. However, there is one person out there who is maybe auditioning for something. I don't know. But she's doing the whole, So that, I'm sure it's not that funny what that person is saying. Relax. And it's super fucking annoying. But I'm sure
sounds amazing.
I'm sure either they don't listen to this show, or if they do, they don't know who I am. But so they're not going to.
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'll bet no to both of those.
Probably. Before we get into it, I'm going to get into actually before I get into plugs. How have you been in the last 7 days, Kush? How are you within yourself, as they say?
Busy, my man. Busy. We just had Game 5 of the NBA Finals in San Francisco, and tonight, as this is releasing on Wednesday night, it's Game 6 in Boston. This is getting do or die, man. Like, the Warriors can win it tonight. They can win it all tonight. Or
if they win it in Boston, that would be the greatest thing ever.
I'm one of those guys who just wants them to win. I just want them to win. I'm definitely not. The folks who go like, it's okay if they lose in Boston because then they can just come home and win it back in San Francisco. And by the way, folks, this shit is hard. Okay, I don't know if you're aware of this. Boston, they're the other greatest team in the world right now. So like, this is a challenge. Like this basketball shit, it's not easy. You can't just decide what day of the week you're gonna win the whole thing on. Like it's do or die. So yeah, big middle finger to all you guys. You guys continue to upset me. But
I'm not
let's
super
hope
familiar with basketball, but I've seen a lot of people talking about talking shit. I mean, I will talk shit about Boston.
they do it with
because
basketball. They do it with baseball,
a
hockey.
New York, New Jersey guy, so I will talk shit about Boston all day long. But to give them credit,
They appreciate
people are talking about Boston ain't trash. So even I know, and I don't follow basketball, but even I know if they win the championship, aren't they like technically the most successful franchise in NBA history? Something like that.
Yeah,
it's like they're not bad. They're not bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I hope they lose because Boston.
But I mean, let's go Warriors. Take it all. Game 6. Break some hearts in Boston tonight.
But would you be
if
working?
Not, I got work on Sunday.
Yeah,
I would be working Game 7.
So you're happy either way. If they win, you're happy they won. If they lose, hey, yeah, I get some money.
I get some money. Is nice. Money is nice. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. I don't know if you were aware of that.
I was aware of that. That's a great segue, even though we didn't discuss this previously. That's a great segue. Talking about money exchanging hands and being good to buy purchases. So we have just redesigned and relaunched our charity merchandise over at wafflemerch.com. There are other things you can buy that don't go to charity, which, hey, I'm not going to say no if you buy them, but there is new charity gear available at wafflemerch.com, but we've expanded it. So there's now 2 charities that your stuff will go to. So there's the Waffle Box stuff that goes to the New Jersey Humane Society, which is a no-kill dog shelter. Very important. We like no-kill dog shelters. But also, as it's Pride Month, we have launched Pride Waffle Box merchandise, which is going to be donated to, all the profits are going to be donated to the Trevor Project, which is the world's largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ youth. Fear not, this isn't one of those, it's June, so we care about gay people things. This is going to be an ongoing thing. So if you don't buy it until July or August, it's still going to be donated to that charity. But I just launched it today. So go to wafflemerch.com and it's very clearly all stated charity merch. So if you buy those, all the profits will be donated to those charities. They're both great causes. So you should check them out. Cheers.
Bird.
All right, let's get on with the show. First thing. Now, as many people probably know, I am a smoker. It's a bad habit, but I am a smoker. And Mr. Kush Hayes over there is an ex-smoker. Proud of you, buddy. Mm-hmm. Although I am annoyed by your posts that you put on social media, because I swear there's a thing you haven't filled in, because it's like days not smoked, days saved, but then it goes money saved, $0.
Yeah, everyone gets hung up on this.
Well, where are you buying these cigarettes? Like, just be proud. Hey, I've saved thousands of fucking dollars.
Well, 1, I haven't, and 2, it's an invalid stat after the first year. I keep telling you all this. So, like, when I quit smoking, cigarettes were, let's just say, $6 on the average for me. All right, that was $6 a day. But then the next year, it was $6.35, and the year after that, it was something else. And now in California, depending where you go, it's like $12 to $15 a pack. I'm sure it's more over there even. So like
New York is about $15.
Yeah, I'm not trying to keep track of that. So it's an invalid stat. It's, trust me, what I quote unquote save, I spent on other things. Like,
true, you do live in means. But anyway, before we get into this story, I will say that yes, I am a smoker. I wish I didn't smoke, but for some weird, bizarre reason, I kind of enjoy it. But if I was to have a child, a youth, when it became that time to have that talk of, don't do drugs, don't smoke cigarettes, I would not at any point tell that child about the health implications of cigarettes, because people are, as much as people do care about their health, they don't give a shit about their health. They just want to live their life generally. The thing I would tell my child, or anyone who's thinking about starting smoking, would be like, hey, this is how much it's going to cost you, because that is the biggest thing. Even here in New Jersey, in my local spot, I can get my packs of cigarettes at $10 a pack. Mm-hmm. The average person, let's say the average person smokes a pack a day. That's $300 a month. That's so much
I'm
money.
aware of that.
3,600 a year. So much money that I could be spending elsewhere, but I'm not because I'm an idiot. But with that said, Canada, our neighbors to the north, or America's hat, as they like to be called, are proposing.
They do like that.
They love it. They are proposing a new law for cigarettes, and that is they're going to put health warnings on individual cigarettes.
Really? That's a lot of ink.
One, yes, that's a lot of ink. You're wasting money doing that. But also, again, as I said, at this point, everyone knows the health implications of smoking. If you don't, how have you survived this long without wearing a helmet every day? Everyone knows what is. No one is putting a cigarette in their mouth, lighting it up, and then what's this writing on this? Oh, this is bad for me. Ugh. Like no one is doing that. It's just such a dumb, like, not to get too. What's the word? Conspiracy. Blah, 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 blah. That's probably not the right word, but it's the same in Canada. It's the same in America. It's the same in the UK. It's the same everywhere. If the government actually gave a shit about people's and they don't want to smoking because smoking is so bad for you, outlaw them. Stop people from buying them. But they do kind of make a lot of money in tax. So we'll look like we're trying to do something. I hate to be that guy, but what's your thoughts on it? Is this just another pandering signal, whatever it's gaslighting, whatever the phrase is? I don't know. I'm woke. I don't know much about gaslighting. Is this not dumb?
Rest easy, my friend from the East. It's I don't think it's necessarily that big of a conspiracy, but I will say, like, this is probably going to deter some first-time smokers. Not all of them, but I bet it stops one or two folks.
I bet it stops zero.
Yeah, probably not wrong. But like, I don't know what a cigarette box looks like in Canada. I've seen Dunhills from the UK, and they're pretty basic, just like United States smokes. Just Surgeon General's warning: this will kill you. Something in that wording. But like in Mexico and in other countries, like, they'll just put on like a fully rotted lung.
Oh yeah, in England they did that.
They did do that, but they don't do it no more.
No, they still do it. And
they still do it. Okay.
Yeah, and it became almost like an inside joke with smokers, where they're like, "Oh, I got the fucked up lung. What do you got? Oh, you got the deformed fetus. Want to trade? I haven't got that one." Like, it became like a trading card thing.
Okay.
Like, I understand it's bad. Like Carolyn Bennett, who is a mental health and addictions minister in Canada, said that adding health warnings on individual tobacco products will help ensure that these essential messages reach people. She added that photo warnings, like the ones you were just talking about, on cigarette packets were no longer as effective as the government has hoped. Because people...
Just like rap music and video games, you have dulled the senses of an entire nation to they're just like, yeah, all right, that's going to happen.
But at this point, no one is out there thinking that, one, cigarettes have zero health implications, and two, it's just like, hey, I just want to do it because it looks cool. And if there are people out there at this point who don't know that cigarette smoking is bad for them and all that jazz, are we going to miss them? So let people...
I think this is the biggest thing to add to your conspiracy is this is the result of someone in the government trying to keep their job. X number of dollars a year are put aside for this project. Someone is the head of that project. That means they get paid from it. And they have to go, all right, I'm going to put a rotting lung on the cigarette boxes. Now I'm going to put it like fortune cookie style. Like I kind of want to see what one of those look like.
And I'm going to handwrite them on every cigarette just to drag out my job.
If they have to, they might. But
But yeah, I think the best thing to do, if they are going to put individual messages on individual cigarettes, just put something like, this one cigarette cost you almost $1, just one cigarette. And you go, fuck, Jesus Christ, it did cost me $1. Oh my God.
Yeah. Smoking used to be sexy back in the day. And I'm looking forward to the time when it becomes sexy again, because it'll be so expensive. It's a luxury item. Someone's just like, you're just going to be at the bar one night, Mike Fish, just puffing a butt. And then someone's like, oh my God.
That guy must be rich.
I bet he's doing pretty good for himself. Look at it. Maybe I gotta cozy up to him. Smells like Winston's. Oh my God.
Winston. Oh my God. They're like $200 a pack now. Oh my God.
My dad used to smoke Winston's.
They were the was it? What was the one? What was the one with the cowboy? Was that Marlboro?
That's Marlboro. But Winston's had a Western theme also.
Because cowboys were cool in the 60s and 70s.
They were.
But yeah, in summary, if you don't smoke, don't start smoking. It's expensive as shit. But if you are smoking, I'm pretty sure you know the risks. And just putting more ink, if anything, as I'm smoking, no, I mean, I'm taking nicotine. Now I'm smoking like ink. You're making it worse, if anything.
Literally over 3,000 chemicals in any one cigarette. And now
there's 3,001. Well done, Canada.
3,001.
You fucked up. Yeah. Speaking of people fucking up, we now go to Australia for our second opening story of the week.
Oh, we're right over here.
I guess this isn't the reason why this story brought up, but it is Pride Month. So shout out to our lesbian listeners, if there is anyone out there listening. But Rebel Wilson has not got a new girlfriend. That's not the story. The story, again, is about people being dicks. So an Australian newspaper, there's more information out there if you want to read. I'm not going to go into finite details, but basically an Australian newspaper, specifically a man named Andrew Hornery, which just sounds like a posh person announcing they want sex. Oh, I'm horny.
Well, that means he wants aggressive sex, by the way.
I'm horny. Well, I'm more horny than you. Andrew Hornery is upset because he apparently had the chance to announce to the world through his newspaper, the Australian, where is it? It's the Sydney Morning Herald, that he knew that Rebel Wilson had a girlfriend and he wanted to be the person to publish the story. So he emailed her representative basically saying, hey, I know Rebel's got a girlfriend and I'm going to do a story about it. You can comment. You have 2 days to comment. He gave him a 2-day deadline, to which I don't know if she was going to do it anyway, or she responded by just posting an Instagram post the next day by saying, hey, this is my girlfriend. Which is great. But the thing is, he got annoyed. He wrote in a whole article about how Rebel Wilson was a bitch, basically, because she ruined his story. Like, this is literally, okay, right? So he posted in his story, which is now deleted. Shocking. But as we all know, internet, you can't delete anything on the internet. Everything exists. So he put, this media outlet emailed Rebel Wilson's representatives on Thursday morning, giving her 2 days to comment about her relationship with another woman, shame, before publishing a single word. Apologize. Wilson opted to gazump the story, which I still to this day, I don't know what gazump means, but I'm sure it's not a good word. Wilson opted,
some Aussie term.
Maybe. Wilson opted to gazump the story, posting about her new quote-unquote Disney princess on Instagram early Friday morning. Yeah, he was like, bitch, that was my thing. Why did you move that for me? And as you can imagine, internet has reacted very well. But this is where I get, okay, have you got any points of view on this so far before I give my little summary thing?
Yeah, I say good for her, and also like to add that Rebel Wilson is a gangster. She's up there with like top 10 current pop star hustlers, like with The Rock, Kevin Hart, and Idris Elba. Like she's produces a lot of shit that you and Mrs. Fish watch that you aren't aware of.
But also, just by putting that's a room I want to hang. I want to hang out with. Imagine you hanging out with The Rock, Kevin Hart, Idris Elba, and Rebel Wilson. Be a
pretty good time, I guarantee it.
A fun party.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, anyways, good for her. She looks healthier. She looks happier. I've been actually in a weird rabbit hole of best of Graham Norton episodes.
Graham Norton,
and she shows up a lot. And she's funny, but she keeps doing the "I'm an awkward fat chick on TV" gimmick. And I have a feeling that's going away.
Skinny woman. She's lost so much weight.
Good.
Yeah. Have you seen photos of her recently?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, again, I'm not shaming anyone, blah, 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 but she has lost so much weight. Where when I saw a picture of her,
how much weight has she lost?
You can't know, but you can't think of like, oh, is she okay? But because she's lost a gut, but hey, she is okay. I'm not. But it was like, oh wow, she has lost a little. And look at my hair. What is going on here? You're watching a video version of this. What is this? What?
That's a cowlick.
This happening anyway. But this is what most annoyed me about the story. Not only is he an arsehole already, but he deleted the original story, which is a cunt. He deleted the original story and then replaced it with another article where he, quote unquote, said he made a mistake and that he will learn from this. Fuck you.
That's that's absolutely a cop out. So, yeah.
I just like, don't go again. There are so many things as well which we could go down that rabbit hole.
2 N's and a T.
Of things things you didn't know, and you made the mistake, and you are learning from them. This whole you're just sorry, and you're such a look because you found out, and people destroyed you. If no one had said anything, he would have left that article up, and he'd been proud of it. Fuck you.
There you go. Right there, pal.
Fucking
with 2 N's and 3 T's.
All right. So before we move on to this week's Dumbest World Record of the Week, which is an exciting Dumbest World Record of the Week because it's a throwback to a previous episode. An old world record has been broken, and we're going to break that news pretty soon. But for now, real quick, we have a new segment that we're going to introduce to the show, and I'm super excited about it. So here is that brand new segment. Has Mike won the lottery? No. That was Has Mike won the lottery? Yeah, hopefully I have a different answer next week. Fingers crossed. But anyway, it's now time.
Knock on that wood, buddy.
Yeah, no, knock on that wood, because then the production values of this show is going to go through the roof.
There's gonna be real flames behind me next time. I'm gonna have a real arena. I'm just gonna hang out in the alcove.
Whatever Kush makes a good point, he's gonna hit a button. It's like flamethrowers shooting up and laser lights.
Ooh,
I got you, buddy.
Don't like that.
But we're going to close out next week. Next week, we're going to close out the first half of the show with your favorite segment, my favorite segment, or everyone's favorite segment. And well, it's time for this week's Dumbest World Record of the Week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
And for those watching the video version on YouTube, you got some seasons.
We are the dancingest podcast ever.
We are. Because I could overlay some logo, but nah, fuck it. Let's just let people see us dancing.
Dude, you could go toe to all 5 toes with the Jabberwockies.
Damn right, good. Damn right, I could. So episode 21 of the Waffle Box. If you want, you can pause this and go back to it. I won't judge.
32 eps ago.
God, quick math.
Mhm.
So an Englishman named Matt Ellis broke the world record for the most amount of pubs visited in 24 hours. And we marveled at the man. But now Matt Ellis, off to the side of the street you go, because there's a new king in town. We've had a world record broken. A man in Wales by the name of Gareth Murphy, which is, if you don't know, now you know, is possibly the most Welsh name ever. And most people listening to this probably won't get it, but trust me, that is super Welsh. He broke the world record by visiting 56 pubs in 24 hours, which is more than 2 an hour, which is pretty impressive. Because for those that aren't familiar with episode 21, the rules of this world record is that you have to have a drink in every single pub. It doesn't have to be alcoholic, but still you have to have a drink. So the fact that he's hit 2+ an hour, that's still pretty impressive.
He's just pounding just
orange juice.
How many ounces of water? It's just orange juice, or is he doing water?
He in the story he said he did orange juice, cranberry juice. He had a beer every now and again, but he was mainly like Coke and stuff like that because he didn't want to get too bloated or anything like that. But still,
okay.
For drinking, traveling, drinking, that's over 2 an hour. Is pretty impressive.
I mean, you're going to the bathroom twice at that same pub, I guarantee.
He did mention that the rate of his urination did increase incredibly. And by the end, it was like drink, piss, move, drink, piss, move.
So, there are 56 bars in one area, or like
apparently
how many miles were covered in this?
It didn't say in the story, but I do want to find out the exact area in which he covered, because a town with 56 pubs in is a town I want to be in. That's what I'm saying about that. Oh,
Atlantic City is just down the street. I mean, they're probably not pub by your definition, but it's still a place we.
It's in Atlantic City, so you're probably going to be spending like $10 on a PBR.
Go to the casino. No, there's probably not 56 casinos, but there could be 56 bars in those 4 casinos.
Is there any 56 casinos in Las Vegas?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Atlantic City hasn't got 56.
Does it have to have casino in the name? Can it just be like a bar with a slot machine?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because like slot machines are at grocery stores in Vegas, you know.
Could you imagine in Vegas, most even bars have at least got those video poker machines?
Oh, yep, yes, and yes.
Yeah. It's good. Good bit of let us know.
Magfish might be new world record holder.
I am hopefully going to Vegas
Waffle
next
Box
year.
100.
Since the Las Vegas, I'm a big fan of Formula One. Las Vegas Grand Prix next year, so I'm definitely heading up to Vegas next year. Just
Goals,
to watch
people.
some cars.
You can do anything in a year.
I could do anything. Beautiful quote though from Gareth Murphy. He said the Guinness World Records certificate will be a permanent display on his shelf at home. It made all the hard work and preparation worth it. It feels great to achieve something like this. Now,
when this was just water, I thought this was kind of bullshit, but no, this was not easy.
It's hard. Trust me. I think I probably did tell this story on episode 21 where I did a 7. It was like a train line pub crawl I did where I had a beer, got on a train, got off the first stop, had a beer at the pub, got back on the train, and that ruined me. So 56, even if he wasn't drinking beer every time, still.
Because like when I go to the Redhead Festival in Amsterdam, there's a pub crawl night, and some nights the goal is to hit 16, sometimes the goal is to hit 20, and the best we ever did was like 13, and that was actually like following the chaperone or whatever who's in charge of like, oh, okay, we have to leave in 5 minutes, like, yeah.
Because for those that don't drink a lot, it's the walking that kills you.
And these are
being
all
dead
like really
serious.
bunched together still.
Like, even if you think like
yeah.
he hit 56 pubs, if you, let's just say you're doing like half pints of beer.
Mm-hmm.
If on a good day where I've had a good amount of sleep and something hearty to eat, as a Britishman, even though I am very skinny, as a Britishman, a lot of practice, I could probably do 26 half pints or 50. Okay. You know what I mean? Anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In one sitting.
13 full drinks.
However,
in one sitting,
having the drink and then moving like that takes a lot out of you. So I don't think I'd be able to do that.
Good for you, though. But I bet there was some driving involved in this. Not by him, but I have a feeling someone was chauffeuring him around. No, they wouldn't have allowed that.
No. So yeah, shout out to Gareth Murphy.
Yeah, man. I raise my glass to you, bud. Good to you. Ding.
Cheers. This week's dumbest world record of the week. Okay, so still to come on this week's Waffle Box, we're talking dinosaurs in the second half because we've got the middle of the show quiz, and then we're talking about Jurassic World Dominion. Am I saying that right? Dominion.
Yep, you're saying that right.
With Chris Pratt and co. So check that out in the second half. But now, time to pay some bills. I'm a working man. Gotta pay those bills. We'll be right back after the short break.
Pay those bills, Macfish.
Woo! Hey, you. Yes, you. Was you thinking of having that beer? But my friend, it's only 10 a.m. Won't everyone judge you for drinking this early? Well, don't worry, we've got just the thing to help you. Your very own Waffle Box mug. And now, everyone will just think you're drinking coffee, so you can enjoy your morning beer judgment-free. Go to wafflemerch.com to get yours today. Still trying to pick up those dollar bills.
Well, he's trying to locate them.
Welcome back to Waffle Box. As I say, still to come, we're talking about Jurassic World Dominion. And we're ending the show, as always, with our feel-good story of the week. But for now, since it is Jurassic World Dominion we're talking about in the movie thing, it's our time for the middle of the show, because it's the middle of the show. It's time for the middle of the show quiz. Yeah! Wait, that was the old look. That was the new jingle that we said no to. I don't know why I've still got that on now.
Did it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we made it work.
There we go. That's the middle of the show quiz.
Middle of the show quiz.
There we go. I need to sort out my sound bar.
Ooh, you tricked me, Mike Fish.
I did, because that was now the lorry jingle. Anyway, so I need to delete that.
Dancing off cue. Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Put you in the trapdoor.
So this week we're talking dinosaurs. How much do you know about dinosaurs? You've watched all the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies, I'm assuming.
I have.
So now we're going to test your knowledge on dinosaurs. We've got 5 questions about dinosaurs, and you have to get them correct. That's how the quiz works, obviously. You get them right, you hear this. You get them wrong, you hear this. 5 questions, best out of 5, obviously. So the first question, my friend, Mr. Cush Hayes.
That's me.
What dinosaur name means, quote unquote, fast thief. Fast thief.
My instinct wants to say raptor, but I feel like that's wrong. But I also am not going to be very good at this, so I'm going to just say velociraptor. Oh shit, son!
Got that right. Look at that.
Hot damn.
All right, second question.
Put some more money in the air. Woo.
On which continent have the most dinosaur fossils been found? On which continent have the most dinosaur fossils been found?
Africa?
North America.
Really?
North America.
Okay.
Maybe because no one else gives a shit about them. But who knows? North America.
Well, there was an A in it. So
you're 1 for 1. 1 for 1. Question number 3. What is the only dinosaur lineage to survive the mass extinction event? What is the only dinosaur lineage to survive the mass extinction event?
A bird?
Oh, it's the birds. Those damn birds still around. 2 for 1. 2 and 1. 2 1. You're looking good. Question number 4. How did dinosaurs reproduce? Now, we don't want to hear like dinosaur style or anything like that. It's really like, how did dinosaurs reproduce?
Fertilization of eggs. I want to say sexual, like a lady.
They just banged. Eggs is correct. They did lay eggs.
But they did also have pornos like Jurassic Pork.
I had the poor T-Rex, like the female T-Rex, where she's like, pull my hair, and he's like, I can't. My arms aren't long enough. Spank me. Nope. Still can't. Nope. Just whiffing it. Triceratops, one of the most favorite dinosaurs. True. How many teeth did it have in its mouth? I'm not going to give you an example. So I'm going to give you like, I'm going to give you a ballpark of 100. So you could get it 50 below, 50 higher. Ballpark figure. How many teeth did a Triceratops have?
75.
Okay. Right, you got that wrong, but I said I'd give you a window of 100. Surely that's a clue that it's more than 100. Jesus.
No, I thought that was at most 100.
75. But still, you got 3 out of 5. You won. 3 out of 2. Congratulations. I was expecting like just to be hitting that button all day, but you did well.
That was a hard one, dude. I usually do better.
That's what she said. Before we move on, I just want to give a shout out. So someone recently spoke to me about they listened to this podcast while they were in gym.
They're talking shit.
No. They listen to it while they're in gym.
Keep that back straight. Yeah, use the knees. Use your legs, not your back.
Lift with the knees, don't with the back. But it's no. Hey, I'm not hating on you. I appreciate you listening. But I just feel that is someone working at the gym being helped by us doing this weird dinosaur quiz? I almost feel bad for them. I feel we should be doing. Hey, whatever you're doing right now, listen to Waffle Box. We appreciate you.
Okay, we'll have to do a podcast about gains and traction and gription and carbs.
We could
future
be like,
Waffle Box to come.
Maybe we could be like what's the cycling?
We'll drink seltzer. We'll drink those alcoholic seltzers because they have 0 sugar and
Peloton. Maybe we could be like Peloton. Where
Peloton.
We just bollocks for 5 minutes, and then every now and again go, "Hey, push harder! You got this." Anyway, Paradise City by Guns N' Roses playing. Yeah, we were all reaching for Paradise City. We were in this together.
You're doing great, Cheryl.
Oh, Cheryl from Carolina, you're doing great.
My damn vape pen. Keep going, Cheryl. Keep going. You got it.
Anyway, it's now time because there's obviously way too many things in this universe. It's now time to delete some shit. It's now time for the trapdoor segment. Right, we're gonna warm up. First thing is gonna be we're talking about fast food. It's getting warmed up here. We're gonna delete because there's way too many fast food places in the world right now. So we're gonna delete one. 4 choices for this, Mr. Hayes. There's Wendy's, McDonald's. Obviously, you can't. McDonald's, Burger King, KFC.
Ooh.
Now I'm going to just shout out right now. We're not getting rid of Wendy's. Wendy's is like king.
What? Wendy's with those bullshit square patties. You should get
Never
rid of
frozen.
Wendy's just for that. Yeah, that's what they say.
Also,
never flash froze.
I don't know if I've told this story before, but I remember because my whole thing, I do love a Baconator. I love a Baconator. And one time I was going through the drive-thru, and the woman was like, "Would you like to order, sir?" And I was like, can I get a Baconator, please? Would you like to add jalapenos? And I literally was like, "Fuck, can I? Fuck yeah, I want to add jalapenos to this." And I literally swore at the woman, bless her. I was like, "Fuck!" And then ever since then, it changed my life. Baconator with jalapenos at Wendy's is the king. So that's safe.
Dude,
so it's basically
nice
down
fish
to
with the cast iron stomach. Man, yeah, I can't do that.
Oof, so good.
I'm jalapeno free, sir. But
I love a good jalapeno. Right. I'm weird with that kind of shit. Like, how are you with like Korean, Asian-y food? Like Korean barbecue?
I'm in San Francisco, so I'm very good with Asian-y food. But I don't think I've been into too many Korean barbecue restaurants, just to be specific. Like Thai, Chinese, Japanese, it's all here. Everything's here. So
what's your opinion on kimchi?
Kimchi, that's just like tofu, right?
No, it's like fermented vegetables in some weird shit.
Yeah, I'm automatically not a fan.
I'm the weirdest.
Hell of a wrestler.
I'm picky with my food, but kimchi, give me some of that fermented vegetables. I can eat that out of a bowl. I love that shit. But anyway, that's not from McDonald's or Burger King or KFC. So
no.
Well, how do you judge fast food? Like, because my whole thing is French fries. If they fuck up French fries, I can't trust them with anything else.
French fries is a good gauge for this trapdoor, and I'll tell you why. Because that's the only reason why we're not getting rid of McDonald's, dude. I am at an age where my body will just reject. My body rejects it all now. I can't have any of it. I'll still sneak 1 or 2 in, and I might be cool. But my diet will not allow me to have any more McDonald's. Having said that, though, their fries are still the greatest thing in the world, regardless of anything. They're better than fucking KFC's French fries, which wasn't a thing back in the day until maybe 20 years ago. They're 100% better than Burger King's French fries. I don't remember, for whatever reason, Burger King decided to change their recipe, and that shit hasn't been the same. I couldn't tell you what they were like beforehand, but they stink now. I would not. No, Wendy's has got to be maybe the worst on this. And I'm going to give an honorable mention to In-N-Out Burger. Has the worst French fries of all the French fries. They get cold immediately.
They're fresh. That's the reason.
They're fresh, and you see that kid with the zits like immediately chopping them right there. Like it makes a huge thump and everything. Like
that shit's like porn to me. I will watch that kid all day.
If you do not eat those French fries within 3 minutes, they are ruined. And like I'm a guy who likes to eat my burger, have some French fries, eat my burger.
Do you ever put French fries in the burger?
I have. It's not my thing, but I've done it. It's cool. I get why people like it.
Do you want to know what the most gluttonous thing I've ever done?
Yes, I do.
So back when I was working in the office before the old Rona, so
Before
I
the
would
American version.
go to McDonald's because I'm lazy because it's right next to the office, and I would get a Big Mac, but then I would order a plain chicken sandwich.
Okay.
And then I would then take back to my desk. I would open the Big Mac, put the chicken patty in the Big Mac, and then top it off with fries to create this like monster of a thing. And I would just it would be so messy, but it'd be so good. Oh.
See, I don't know how you could do that because that's so much mass. You know, like
you have to squish it, so that's where the mess comes from.
I don't want to squeeze it either, though, man. Like, I don't do any of that shit. My thing was, I'm a double quarter pounder with cheese guy. You know, obviously, we're getting the large fries. We don't supersize anymore. That seems to be an option taken away. But yeah, all right, whatever. And then the soda, I don't like soda machines. You know
which kind of soda machines you talking about?
The bullshit at McDonald's, the bullshit
The
at
one,
Burger
okay,
King, the bullshit at Wendy's.
The one at my local Wendy's, and I'm assuming it's the same everywhere. Is like the computer touchscreen where you can select your brand and it gives you like 58 versions of it, and you can touch that.
Those are the better ones. Those are the much better ones. They have those at the AMC theater, so those are the much better ones, and it allows you to like mix and match, and you can still do a suicide if you want, but you still have to keep that shit stocked and cleaned, and kids making minimum wage usually don't. So I hate fountain sodas is what the name I was looking for.
But fountain soda is the only time that I will ever fuck with Pepsi.
Okay.
Like,
it's got
fountain
its own
Pepsi. I will drink fountain Pepsi all day. Give me a can or a bottle of Pepsi. I would not wash my car with that shit. It's so bad. But fountain Pepsi, for some reason, I can fuck with. It's weird.
So I think sodas in aluminum cans taste better than in the plastic bottles or from the fountain. But I think beers in bottles taste better than a glass or a can or even the tap. The tap. It's weird dichotomy.
Same thing as a fountain machine.
You got to keep the lines clean.
Exactly. That's why if I go to a dive bar,
that shit.
I love a dive bar, but I'm drinking cans and bottles out of a dive bar. I'm not trusting.
You should do it. Yeah. No. Anyway, however, at the dive bar, like it finally gets dirty enough to the point where it's like the vats of Guinness in Ireland where like when we drained it, we found a bunch of rats in there. So when we cleaned it, it just didn't taste the same. So then we just started like chucking raw meat in there, and we got something similar back again. It's one of those situations. It becomes nasty enough to like you want it from the. Anyway, we're getting off subject here.
With that said,
Burger King, you're getting the trap.
Yeah, the Burger King.
I still wanted Wendy's, but I thought we could come to a.
I appreciate that. A Burger King, their burgers aren't bad, but you can definitely taste the propane or whatever the fuck it is they cook with on their burgers.
Well, remember, they're grilled, not fried.
But yeah, their fries are
whatever
fucking horrible. Like,
the fries are not good anymore. And they have not improved on them.
Fries are way better than Burger King fries, so that's why they got saved.
So anyway, I just like KFC.
Now we get to the meat and potatoes of this, because now we're talking dinosaurs, since we're going to be talking about Jurassic World next.
Oh shit, son!
So now we're talking about movies starring dinosaurs that aren't.
What's that?
That was my movies.
That's
my hype voice.
I hope that lands in some sort of EDM song on the deep web.
Maybe. So yeah, movies starring dinosaurs that aren't Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. One of them is going to be in the ditch. So the choices are Land of the Lost from 2009.
Oh, the movie.
The Flintstones from 1994. The Land Before Time from 1988. And King Kong from 1933.
From
One of these.
King Kong from what?
1933.
Any year? All years?
33. 33. 33. Have I lost you? You're frozen. He's back.
I am
He's
not
moving. Can you hear
You were
me?
frozen too. Yes,
No,
I
I
can.
wasn't. Don't lie. Yes, so King Kong from 1933. That's the option.
Oh, okay. Dig it.
So, as with the fast food chain question, I'm already going to nix one. There is no goddamn way we're getting rid of The Land Before Time from 1988. That movie is a classic and should be cherished, and every child should have to see that by law.
Not only do I
answers
agree with
about.
you, but when I was in the 3rd grade, I convinced the teacher to let us watch The Land Before Time for science class.
I did too.
God,
I brought my VHS copy of that into school and we fucking watched it. This is why we're fucking friends. At 5. What a movie. What a movie.
Yeah, I ain't seen it in decades, but no, it's good.
I don't have it. I'm worried now because I'm old. I'm worried it's gonna be shit. So I don't want my memory to be ruined.
Just to look good though. Don Bluth, all of his movies look great.
For 1980, because I was born in 85, so I definitely didn't see it when it first came out. So, but I remember it looking very aesthetically pleasing.
I mean, The Secret of Nim looks better, and then the Black Cauldron, which I know I saw in theaters, but I really don't remember a single thing about it. That's except it was visually appealing. Anyways. My friend, you have to give me those choices again.
We're already ixnaying Land Before Time, so that's not an option.
Yeah, that's safe.
So Land of the Lost, 2009, starring I believe Will Ferrell was in that movie.
Yes, and Danny McBride.
The Flintstones from 1994.
That's safe.
King Kong, 1933.
No, so long, Land of the Lost. It was one of those movies trying to be that TV adaptation turned into a movie. It was the first bomb of that year. It's also just not a funny movie. It's not entertaining. Like Will Ferrell he's a great comedic actor. Danny McBride. It's no Anchorman by 10,000 miles, not just a mile, 10,000 miles. So yeah, adios. We don't even need to wax.
Give a shout out though to how funny Will Ferrell is. Even though it's years old now, and I've seen it for some reason. I just watched
Anchorman the other night. He's great.
I just randomly watched his announcement on Conan, where he came out as Ron Burgundy to announce that Anchorman 2 was coming out.
Oh, Anchorman 2 not good.
Anchorman
2 not good.
Joe, I will. If you're bored, and I'm not just this is to Kush and also our watchers / listeners. Go to YouTube and search for Anchorman 2 blooper reel. That
I'm sure the bloopers are funny.
Is so funny. Like I've watched it so many times, but I watched it again last night, and I was again in tears laughing. It's so good. There's a great collection of comedic actors.
I agree with you 100%. I know there are 2. Okay, Mike Fish, 2 versions of Anchorman 2. And I don't know which version I saw. I forget if I saw it on like just Stars or Justin TV.
Was it 2? There was 2 versions of the Anchorman 1.
Anchorman 1 has the theatrical version and then like an unrated cut. All right, that's not what I'm talking about. Like there's 2 separate Anchorman movies. One was for the theaters, and then another one they just released on video. But it's all the other footage they didn't use. It's a completely different narrative. It's a different story. I don't know which one I saw.
No, I want to say that's Anchorman 1 reworked, but I could be wrong.
I'm not gonna. We're producers tell us we're not time, so we're not gonna argue about this. But anyways, the only time I laughed during Anchorman 2 was this. They're talking about whatever bullshit they're talking about, and they're all standing in front of a portrait of themselves. And then rule of 5, Baxter the dog has his own version of it, and I chuckled my ass off like a bastard. And that was the only funny moment I found in Anchorman 2. the version I saw.
Shout out to Waffle. Anyway, that's enough of that. We've deleted 2 things. Let's talk about some movies. It's now time.
A lot stranger than fiction. Yes.
Now, I'm going to delete this jingle because apparently that's the wrong one, I think. But let's make sure
Adios,
we've got
mio.
the right one. It's that time for Kush's movie review. God damn it. Nope.
Kush's movie review. That ain't what she says.
There we go. Oh, but why have I got all these jingles I need to...
Kush's movie review.
There we go. This is episode
Whoever was on
53.
the soundboard, you're fired.
Fuck me. Yes, Jurassic World Dominion. Was it worth the wait? Because I think the whole premise of this is that, oh my god, it has the people that were in Jurassic Park in it. That's the thing everyone's excited about, right?
This is a weird movie, man. So point blank, it's boring as shit. At least for me. I'm seeing a lot of reviews there saying like, this is everything I was expecting it to be, and I loved it, and I want to go see it 10 more times. I'm like, who are you? And I'm jealous, like, because this is not. We must have saw 2 different movies. This is not
10 more times.
There's a lot
I've
of
never
cool
seen
stuff
any movie
in this
where I'm
movie.
like, I want to see this 10 more times.
Oh wow, I've seen a bunch of those. And
What, you want to see it 10 more
10
times? Like
yes.
there are movies
I've
I have seen 10 plus times, 100%. Like Big Trouble in Little China.
There are movies I want to
But
watch
when I
every day.
first saw it, I never was like, I want to watch this 10 more times. That's such a reaction.
Yeah, Top Gun Maverick might be one of those movies, but that's not this review.
So you'd be able
We're
to
talking
sit
about
through
Jurassic
Top Gun
World
Maverick. If I played it for you 10 times back to back, you'd be
Back to
happy the
back?
10th time.
Back time, maybe 10 days in a row. Can we do 10 days in a row?
Oh,
Not
sure.
back to back.
Sure, okay,
Fine.
10 days in a row. If I play it to you,
Then yes.
interesting. Anyway, Jurassic World.
Yeah. Jurassic World 3. Dude, there's 2 different movies going on here. It's 2.5 hours. It should be one cast or the other, and if they have to mix them, which by the way, I like the combination when they mix them, but this doesn't need to be 2.5 hours long. Hour 45 tops. There's a I don't know where to start, dude. None of it is fun. None of it is fun. There's some exciting action scenes that work well. There's a lot of good scenes, but none of it as a narrative collection works. And it's just for this Kush Hayes was very disappointing. Maybe not even disappointing, but very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. We'll say that. So like,
Were there
no
any
one's bad.
highlights?
The motorcycle chase with the Raptors in Malta. That's fun. Yeah.
Isn't
that's
that
lot
a
of fun.
throwback though? Hasn't that happened before in one of the previous movies?
Not
Him being
necessarily.
chased, Chris Pratt being chased. I want to say Chris Pratt on a motorbike being chased by dinosaurs.
On a
happened before.
motorcycle. Probably in the second one, maybe even the first one, maybe all 3. Stand out that I did like. I like DeWanda Wise. She plays a character named Kayla Watts. She's one of those folks on the black market. She flies a plane. She doesn't ask questions. There's no price too great. And her character was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. Otherwise, I mean, again, there's a good mix here. Everything with the clone girl can be completely scrapped out. And maybe that's where we'll be able to trim it down to an hour 45. This shit is dumb. It's just dumb. I get what they're trying to say, but for what we're doing here, nah. Part of the story is the rival company to the original Jurassic Park. Do you remember where Wayne Knight is at his super secret weird lunch meeting and he's like, Dotson, we got Dotson over here. Mike Fish, we actually get to see Dotson again. Or the character, at least. I don't know if it's the same actor. And it's also kind of weird that it took us 6 movies to get back to, oh yeah, there was another company trying to recreate dinosaurs here. This might have been something they could have just opened up Jurassic World 1 with,
I mean, that would have made sense.
It would have made more sense if we did it a lot sooner. And again, just let's. Anyway, they've recreated locusts, and that's apparently terrorizing all the crops that are not using the genetic seeds that same company is selling. So there's a conspiracy involved. If you remember the last movie, Fallen Kingdom, Mike Fish, dinosaurs were released into the world. They had always been contained on the island. The island blew up. For some reason, they transported a bunch for an illegal black supervillain auction in Marin County, California. And then Little Mutant Girl released them all into the wild. And over the last 4 years, dinosaurs have been repopulating the planet. Not just America, the planet. And the safety precaution they can't produce, they're all producing. So the population of dinosaurs is ever essentially expanding. But we don't focus on any of that. There's a lot of misdirects here, dude. There's a lot of money on the screen, but none of it was entertaining for me. And so it's just, boring out of 5. Boring out of 5.
Was there at least a scene where someone attempts to log into a computer and you just see some like a little throwback to that?
No. Thankfully, no. No.
So you're expanding
we could have had
you're expanding your rating system. I love it. Like a couple of weeks ago we had Believe the Hype out of 5, and now we've got Boring out of 5, which I'm going to assume is the other end of the spectrum.
I mean, you could call that a 1. We'll call it 1 out of 5.
0.5.
I did not have a good time. 0 out of 5. I'll do 0 out of 5. Yeah, man.
So don't go see this. Don't go see this, or at least wait.
If you're 40 over 40, you're probably not going to like this. But people like this. This can possibly be a family movie. Like I remember Fallen Kingdom being one of the most ridiculous things I'd ever seen. But again, just very midland. Like it was like it's not the best Jurassic Park. It's also not the worst Jurassic Park. It's like right there. It's number 3. It's right in the center. It could have been better, but it wasn't. But there was, father-daughter couple in front of me. They were having a great time, just doing family night. Yeah, so I didn't say I had expectations, but I was still bored off my ass, despite like the cast is fine or the cast is great, but the story is just nonsensical and it's all over the place. And we have movies, Mike, where there's 40 Avengers involved in 3 storylines going anywhere, and you're able to follow that shit for 2 hours and 45 minutes and just 2.5 hours with these 7 people that are all kind of connected. Just something about it drags, dude. It's no bueno, no me es gusto.
Movies are too long now. I watched for the first time the other day. What's that movie? Is it like Everything Everywhere All at the Time or something?
All at once.
All at once.
Yeah. Fun movie. It's a good movie.
Fun movie, but just through other movies, no fault of this one, but just because of other movies, as soon as I was about to press play, I saw it. It was like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah. I think that one's a little overhyped, but it's
definitely
still a very good movie.
It wrapped up nicely, but I channeled my inner Kush Hayes where I was like, this was really good, but this could have been way shorter.
Cut 30 minutes off of it.
Yeah, that dragged out a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, but that at least pulled me in emotional directions. Like for the Michelle Yeoh movie you're talking about, I cried at rocks. Just 2 rocks are hanging out. I'm like, Jurassic World.
The mother rock is trying to get closer to the daughter rock.
Yeah, there's something about that. That was good storytelling, and it's very simple. And again, it's not 2 CGI rocks. It's 2 fucking rocks.
Obviously being dragged by a string, and so you can. It's obviously it's not.
Yeah, for sure. Unless those rocks really move, Mike Fish. You saying those fish You didn't move?
But
Anyway,
who's the actress that played daughter in that?
in Jurassic World or
No,
everything? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know her name. She's new on the scene. But
cute.
Michelle Yeoh, I think I did a thing about seeing her live recently with Sandra Oh. If I didn't, I did it on the microdose.
What I did like is I got super excited, and this is how I know I'm a geek. I'm a nerd, or whatever it was. As soon as that movie started and the dad came onto the scene, I was like, that motherfucker was in Goonies and Indiana Jones. Oh my God. I got so excited.
I forget the gentleman's name, but yeah, he played Data in the Goonies and Short Round in the Temple of Doom.
Indeed, he did. I was like, oh my God. And it was like, what was brilliant about that? I know this is how bad Jurassic World is. We're now technically reviewing another movie now. But
which I would give a solid 4 out of 5.
But it says of what he is as a person, because even though he was obviously a grown-up adult, you could definitely tell his cadence, his deliverance, that was definitely Short Round and Data like that. He is that as a person, which I'm kind of excited. I was like, oh, that's that person. That's who he is. He's awesome. I love that guy.
No, man. And again, because it was one of those multiverse movies, he got to portray his character as several different characters. You know, he's a nerd. He's impotent. He's super suave and sexy at one point. He's a martial arts master in another scene. But like the one overrepresenting arc is like there's love involved in all versions of his character, and it's a super layered onion, that movie. Like we could do a whole waffle box on that film alone, but
maybe we will. But I think the overarching story was basically, it's hard to sum it, but it's just love each other. That was basically it, wasn't it? It was a very
simple story,
complicated way of saying, just don't get distracted. Just stop getting distracted by everything and just care about your loved ones. That was it. It was a beautiful story, a very weird way of telling it, but it was a fantastic story. Anyway,
I can get down with it.
Jurassic World sucked. This one didn't. All right, let's end this week's show.
It should have been better.
Should have been better. Oh, I mean, this should have been the Infinity Wars of the Jurassic Park era, and it
not
sucks.
necessarily.
No, but you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm getting at.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, it could have definitely been Jurassic World 3, but it could have also been Jurassic Park 4.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
It could have been. It should have been, and could have been way better. But whatever. Anyway, let's turn a negative into a positive and end the show as we always do with this week's feel-good story of the week.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
Also, I'm very happy that I played the right jingle this time. So this week's
kudos.
feel-good story of the week comes from Harrogate over in the United Kingdom of States. Where George, a young lad named George, has a rare form of congenital heart disease, which means he was born with half a working heart. The condition means he is unable to join in with some activities, but said he has found a way to face his fears and be brave through the Ghostbusters movies. So the charity Make-A-Wish, as everyone surely is familiar with Make-A-Wish, organized his dream day, which involved a ride in Ecto 1 before capturing a ghost at Leeds Central Library. George's day started when he and his family were giving a police escort into Leeds, where George was met with a guard of honor from the local police before enacting a scene in the library, which had been decked out in spooky fashion. The young ghoul hunter, as the story says, led 4 other Ghostbusters through the library in search of paranormal activity before capturing a ghost, taking it to West Yorkshire Police, and receiving a certificate of thanks from the mayor. His mother said, "Today has really made us grateful, and it makes you feel that you're not alone. So many people have come together to recognize what he's been through, but also what families like us go through. It's given us something that George will take with him for the rest of his life." What a story.
That's a beautiful story. I don't know if it's a happy story, but that's a beautiful story.
It's a feel-good story. It's not a happy story. It's a feel-good story. The kid loved Ghostbusters, and so the entire city of Leeds came together to make this kid happy for a day. And even just reading it,
I like it.
Even just reading it out,
it,
caught me in the feels because especially the police gave it, and he went to the mayor, and the mayor thanked him for catching it. Get you the feels, man.
Do you know about the Make-A-Wish Foundation and the Bat Kid situation?
No.
Okay, so some kid, Make-A-Wish Foundation, very, very heartbreaking, but they turned parts of San Francisco into Gotham City, and then a guy dressed as Batman took this kid around dressed as Bat Kid, and they fought like the Penguin and the Riddler and the Joker, but in various locations. And then there was a whole presentation where no joke, dude, 3,000 people showed up to cheer this kid on and accept a key to the city or whatever it was. And reading about the events leading up to it, I was like, this sounds stupid as fuck, but I happened to be working across the street from it, and I witnessed it, and I'm just like, yeah, man, this is pretty fucking special. 3,000 people just took time to wish this kid with cancer the best. And yeah, dude, this story about the Ghostbusters is right up there. Good call, Mike Fish.
Before we wrap up, that reminds me of what you're saying. I can't remember where it was geographically now, which kind of annoys me, but it reminds me of a story. Did you ever hear about that where this guy, his dog had a terminal illness, and so he had to have his dog put down? And so he just tweeted out, "Hey, tomorrow at this time, I'm having to put my dog down. So my dog loved the beach. So at 1 p.m. tomorrow, I'm taking him for his final walk on the beach. If anyone wants to join us, let us know." And Simmons always said, hundreds and thousands of people just turn up with their dogs just to walk. Okay. It was as much as humanity sucks, sometimes humanity is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You can't deny that.
I think, unfortunately, it just always has to involve young people and animals. Other than that, people can't be nice to each other.
Also, I think it depends on the specific situation, but I know if my cancer dog was going down tomorrow and I went hey, y'all, meet me at the beach tomorrow, no one's showing up to that shit. I don't know why. the syrup squad ain't showing up for my mythical cancer dog.
Well, since you announced that the dog doesn't exist, that's probably lessened your chances. I'll be honest.
Well, maybe just a bit, or maybe it increased my chances. What if I showed up and there was no dog?
And you had one of those invisible dog bleeds that you can get?
Ooh, yes, maybe.
Anyway,
he's already passed on. This was his spot.
Anyone wants to walk the beach with my ghost dog? Oh, jeez. I think we're going down a rabbit hole. Probably we shouldn't.
What if Forrest Whitaker showed up for my ghost dog party?
Anywho, right. Well, thanks for watching and listening to our show. If you are watching us, don't forget you can subscribe audibly as well on all the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Good Pods, and all that good shit. If you are listening to us and you want to see our beautiful faces, because we both have beautiful beards, I'm not afraid to admit it, go to YouTube and search Waffle Box, and you'll be able to find that. Real quick, I know you produce some other audio. Whatever. Yeah, what's happening in the microdose in the next couple of days?
Microdoses every Friday. We've been a little bit busy because of the NBA postseason, so we're trying to get stuff out, and so far succeeding. This week coming up, Jamil Hemphill stops by, and we talk about NBA rumor and conspiracies. It's not the longest episode, but it's there, and I hope you enjoy it. And Jamil's always great to have on the episode. And speaking of Jamil Hemphill, he's the Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer. Him and I do a show called Sweet Science Cinema, and season 2's coming up July 5th. We're going to be talking about Creed Dose.
Beautiful stuff.
2.
So if you want to check that out, go to bosnet.family or search your favorite podcast for Microdose. But until next week, make sure you do follow me. I'm at Mr. Mike Fish. He is at Kush_Hayes. Don't forget, it's underscore, not a dash. Like, that's the thing. But I have an underscore in my email, and recently I've had to explain my email to people, and they're like, that what's a dash? Is that like the vertical? That's a slash. It's not. It's an anyway. Doesn't matter. But yeah, make sure Kush_Hayes. It's literally under, like fucking. It's in the name. Clues in the name. But yeah, make sure you follow us. Thanks very much for listening. If you are in a gym, push harder. You could do it. But until next week, don't forget. Also, shit, I forgot the plugs. Go to extrawaffle.com. Subscribe. Become a member of the Soup Squad. Support us monetarily. You don't have to, but if you want to, it's great. You get some extra audio stuff. Extrawaffle.com. Anyway, until next week. Don't forget to take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.